I'm Dana Han-Klein here with the filmmakers of Cars 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna go lightning round with this. What type of car do you drive?
A 2016 Ford Focus RS, 350 horsepower, 6-speed transmission, stealth gray.
How much of that did you know before you made this movie, and how much did you learn to answer this question?
I was going to be on this movie for 6 years. I needed a cool car. Shut up.
He loves answering that question.
I love it. It's my favorite.
my
first car.
I have a 2009 Prius.
2016 Ford F-150 King Cab.
I drive a Mazda 3 hatchback, 2000 and I don't know.
If you could have no budget limitations, what car would you drive?
Mercedes AMG wagon.
I think it'd be fun to have some sort of really awesome Porsche convertible. I mean, that's, again, I grew up in South Dakota. You would never have a convertible where I grew up. That was just very impractical. But in California, that would be fun to have.
You know what? If the gas mileage was better, because I have a long commute, I live in Petaluma. If the gas mileage was better, I would love to have a late 70s black Chevy pickup truck. Because that's what my dad drove me around in when I was a kid.
Aston Martin Vanquish.
Oh, nice. I would drive a Maserati from the late 50s, and it's got some long series of numbers and letters as a name, but it's just a beautiful, low-swing 1950s racer.
Who's a mentor you've had in your life?
For me professionally, Kathleen Gavin, who was the producer of Nightmare Before Christmas, which we made in San Francisco down at 7th and Howard. And I watched how she treated the crew, how she rolled, how she supported her director, and she's always been my mentor.
John Lasseter and Joe Ranft, late Joe Ranft, he hired me at Pixar. He took a lot of chances on me. I came in, I had never drawn a storyboard drawing in my life, and he hired me as a story artist, and he took a chance on me.
A very dear friend of mine, who was one of my college professors, has been a mentor. She actually lives here in the Bay Area, and we still go out for tea and coffee, and I think especially through my 20s was somebody that I bounced a lot of thinking off of, and she always kind of walked me through all that, and I really, that's Rosemary Springer. She's absolutely wonderful. I've also had lots of mentors at Pixar, Jonas Rivera and Catherine Serafi, and they hired me, and they're both producers now, and it's been fun to kind of learn as we've all kind of grown in what we're doing.
I had Ralph McQuarrie from Star Wars.
Oh, just him.
Just him. I aspired to what that dude did when I was 6, and I saw the original Star Wars back in '77, and I just absorbed everything that guy did, just the thumbnails, the paintings, the design work. And he worked at Boeing for a long time, so he has this kind of background in engineering, which, you know, real world meshed with like what George Lucas was doing. I actually worked at Lucasfilm for a couple of years, and through that I was able to meet Ralph McQuarrie, and he was just an amazing inspiration.
I don't know if I can pinpoint like just one specific mentor. I have a bunch over the years. Here specifically, I'd say, you know, some of the soups that we have in our animation department. Jeannie Santos has been a great mentor to me, and Bobby Podesta, who was the character animation supervisor on Cars 3. Just watching the way that they work and interact with people has kind of helped me in this leadership position on Cars.
What character do you relate to the most, and what do you admire most about that character?
I actually, in this movie, I relate to McQueen the most, and because to me, I see this movie as a parent, as a parental story of McQueen losing his father figure, right, and then becoming a father. So, to me, that's the emotional juice that I would bring to work every day.
In this movie, it would be Fritter, just because she's just balls out, takes no prisoners. And I'm a huge fan of Leah Delaria, who did the voice. I have all of her albums, and she's on the soundtrack doing Riding on the Freeway of Love with backup girl singers and horns, and it's fabulous. Anyway, I love her and I love the character.
I'm gonna say Cruz. Like, I mean, she's my favorite character, and she's the one that I did a little animation for Cruz, and I just love her enthusiasm and her like honesty. Like, she can't hold back telling the truth, and I feel like I'm kind of similar like that. It's much easier to tell the truth. So
I'll vouch for that.
I can't say that I like directly relate to this guy, but I would say I enjoyed designing him the most. All the legends in the film as well, like Smokey and Louise and Junior Moon and all those characters. That era of design is such a great one. Just the shapes, the fenders, the elegant lines. Even on a pickup truck back in the day was like, that's a thing of beauty, the sculpture. Okay, what was the question again? So,
who do you relate to the most, and what do you admire about them? So it's not in Storm, is it?
Quick fire round. Jude.
Quick fire round.
I guess I relate the most to Smokey. I guess I love his design, and I love pickup trucks and the utility of them. And
He's wise. He's a wise guy.
How would you talk your way out of a speeding ticket?
I got out of one speeding ticket. I was 16. I was a pizza delivery person. I didn't have to talk my way out of it. The police officer pulled me over, said, "Son, you know how fast you're going?" And then he saw that I was wearing the uniform, and he said, "I like to see a working kid earning a living. I'm gonna let you off with a warning." That's the only time I've ever gotten out of one.
I've only gotten out of one ticket, and it was going across the Bay Bridge, and I had a Prius, and I was always used to going in that special lane, and I was going home sick, and from here, and I just was on autopilot, and I just said, "I'm sick as a dog, just give me the ticket and let me out of here. I just am on autopilot, I'm really sorry." And he goes, "Merry Christmas." I'm like, okay.
Well, put that in the book.
You know, I tried once and I totally failed. The police officer had a picture of his children in the car, and I tried complimenting the children. I was in high school at the time. It absolutely did not work.
I'm just going to use my British charm and plead ignorance, something like that.
What side of the road am I supposed to be driving
I'm
on?
sorry, officer.
I'm going to use my really bad British accent and do the same thing.
What's the fastest you've ever driven?
I did get my Prius up to 96 miles an hour.
A Prius too.
Hot one out, I would have got 90.
That's me behind the wheel. I sat in a race car for researching the movie, so
Oh yeah.
we did go much faster at one point, but somebody else was driving. I couldn't do that.
The car's research trips were cool, so we went to Monza and Milan, and I was in an Alfa Romeo going at least 100.
As part of our research, we went to Charlotte Motor Speedway down in the south, and I got to go in what's called a hot lap. It's such a funny name, but you get in a race car and someone drives you. So we were going about 170, and it was amazing. I mean, honestly, my respect for race car drivers just exploded after that, because I saw how tricky it is and how disorienting it is. So that's the fastest I've ever gone. I don't know, probably the fastest I've ever driven is somewhere around 100.
It's probably sub 100 miles an hour.
Several hundred?
Sub 100. Like, I don't think I've ever got...
You've never hit triple digits?
No. I abide by all appropriate road restrictions.
This is why you don't have to talk your way out of tickets.
Exactly.
I rented a Maserati, speaking of Maserati, back at Christmas time in LA, and I think I got it up to, it wasn't that much, maybe 120.
Oh, okay. Still.
That'd get you a speeding ticket. You'd have to use your British accent.
Yes.
Who was your favorite childhood hero or heroine?
I mean, I loved the Babar stories. I loved very imaginative worlds. I loved being transported to other places. So I think it was more like I loved going into a different place, a different realm.
I always wanted to be a stormtrooper
Interesting.
because they're just cool.
Interesting.
But they're not heroes, are they?
They're not.
All right, sorry.
No. It's a valid answer. There's no wrong answer to the question.
One of those stormtroopers is probably a hero to somebody.
You know, I wanted to be Luke Skywalker when I was a kid.
You know, weirdly, I was a huge, the whole part of it is a mystery, but Amelia Earhart, who was so...
That's a good answer.
Who was so innovative in her day, and again, really carved her own path, and then the whole mystery of what happened to her, I was fascinated by that as a kid.
Well, can I change my answer?
Sure.
David Bowie.
Oh, great answer. See? There we go.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, when I was growing up, I loved Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. They were my heroes.
Because they were heroes.
Yeah, in a half shell.
In a half shell.
Yes.